Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. Welcome to part 7 of my Hello Beautiful workshop series. In today's tutorial, we're going to be creating a bookmark. Well, actually, we'll create a couple at the same time. We'll create bookmarks and tag treats. These are just really fun to have on hand when you go out and you're just trying to give like the waitress something or waiter, right? Little extra something. Mailman, you can carry around these in your purse. I put little candies inside. I like to put these in care packages. These are really fun. And then bookmarks, of course, you could use it for your, maybe you have like a book club or you do Bible journaling, or you can use these as gift tags. I mean, you can actually use them as bookmarks too, but just keep in mind, because lesson learned here, we're going to use the little hexagons as the embellishment, or you can use other embellishments. So keep in mind that these will kind of push on your pages and indent your pages when you use them as an actual bookmark. Still, that's the way you create your bookmarks. Now this series is based on the Abstract Beauty collection. So I always do a workshop series, and when the name of my series is always the name of the bundle, because you need to get the bundle separately when you take my workshop series. So if you missed parts 1 through 6, we made probably about 10 projects in this different parts. We made either 1 or 2 projects in each video. The Hello Beautiful stamp set, which is available now, is a photopolymer stamp set by Stampin' Up. It coordinates with the beautiful shaped dies, which are really, really useful. They're going to be something to have in your collection forever. And this Abstract Beauty Suite collection has coordinating designer series paper, which I included in the kits. You don't need the kit to do my workshop. You can follow along with whichever supplies you have. These cards and envelopes, these adhesive back hexagons, the ephemera pack. It's just so cool. Here's a better look at the stamp set bundle. And what I'm showing you right now is the mini catalog. You've probably heard a lot of hype about the new catalog coming up. But I've been trudging along, or what's it called? Not trudging along. Trudging sounds bad, right? Trudging sounds like a negative word. I've been plugging along is what I'm saying. Plugging along with this catalog, making lots of things from this catalog. This catalog is still available. No panic there, except for this punch. This punch is from the annual catalog. So let me just tell you about this. The catalog I'm working from, although some colors and some products are retiring, this one is not going to retire till June 30th. So you can get this. Actually, I think it's in the next catalog too. Let's see who's on here. I'm going to say hi to those guys that are on here. Like Janet's on here. Janet will know. Janet said she's watching as we spring clean. Yeah, I'm almost positive it's in the new catalog. Well, anyway, but a lot of the colors that we're using are not in the new catalog. So I figured I would use Just Jade today to celebrate Just Jade. I love Just Jade. It's a retiring color. Even though I created these two with Balmy Blue. All right, I think that's my introduction, and I'm also going to not make these look anything like the ones we have, right? Because the ones we have are unique, and you're never going to be able to make the same 2 things twice. Now this punch, let me flip that over, is retiring, and it's on sale right now for 50% off. Let me see if I can't lean that up so it doesn't get a glare. So if you want to go to my website and you look up, here's my website where you could shop, and you look up Fancy Tag Topper Punch, you're going to see that it's $11.50 instead of $23 because it's going away. It's a last chance item. So what I like to do when I make my bookmarks and things is and tag treats, or whichever you make, you're going to cut them. You're going to cut your cardstock 2 inches wide because that's the width of the punch. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll just go ahead and cut a couple of these. I have a couple blades attached, but we don't need to have 2 blades. You usually have a score line. You can have a scoring tool attached to your trimmer. I happen to have a couple blades because I use it more for cutting. So I'm just going to go ahead and go across and do 2 inches and 2 inches. So Just Jade is one of the ink colors that's been around for 2 years, and it's retiring. Even though the suite will still be available that has that color in it. All right, so use that little scrap too. So we're not quite done cutting yet, but let's see. What else? Well, we'll just finish cutting the sizes we need. All right, so what I like to do is say the paper is 11 inches wide. I like to make my bookmarks then 5.5 inches. That's before you punch them. So we'll do a couple bookmarks and a couple tag treats. Okay, so let me show you. It'll be a little bit shorter once you punch it out. See? So 2 inches wide by 5.5. Hope this is making sense so far. Let's do a couple of those. We'll write it down, of course, for you. I write it on our mat here. I just did a prize drawing, so today, oh, that's what I wanted to say in the introduction. You're going to find out who won everything that I created. Let me grab the pen. I went into my VIP group and I did a prize drawing for anyone who purchased this kit. So you need 5.5 inches. And anyone who purchased, you don't have to purchase the kit, but if you're in the U.S., you're one of my customers, you can purchase, well, you don't even have to be one of my customers, you just have to be in the U.S. and you can get one of my kits. Now, not anymore, but this kit is over. So right now I'm working on the Waves of Inspiration kits and the Tea Boutique, which is the upcoming workshop. So I've actually already started Waves of Inspiration. Bookmarks, tag treat. All right, I'm just writing down the measurements for you. All right, so these, I just have it memorized. I do this so much. You're going to open up the arm of your trimmer like this. Anyhow, so every time that I do these workshops, I create things. And I create extras, of course, for myself. And sometimes, like, I send gifts. Like we made this mask box in this workshop series. And I sent one already to my friend Sandra. But I've been using a lot of the cards. But what I'm saying, I always make the things that I actually made in the videos, one of each, I always give out. It's just how I roll. I give it to somebody who purchased the kit. So that way they have a chance of winning everything I made as inspiration. And the reason I want to give it to somebody who has the kit is because I know they can recreate the projects when I send them. All right, what I'm doing is I'm making this. This is still the 2 inches. I'm making it 6 3/4 or 6.75, 6 3/4. That's what I'm doing for the tag treats, right? 6 3/4 inches. Still the 2. Everything's always 2. Tag treats are 2 inches. So we're going to do a couple of those. We'll use this for something else. Let's get have that other piece there. And remember, we're still using just one piece of cardstock, which is pretty cool, right? Where's that other? Here it is, the long piece. And we even have a couple little scraps left over. 6.75. The reason I had to open up the arm is because this trimmer goes out to 6 inches. And then you have to open up the arm to make it a little bigger. All right, now we're going to go ahead and score. So we're doing all this at once, and we're doing the cutting, and then we're doing the scoring. Other colors you could have used are Balmy Blue, Pumpkin Pie. There's a lot of colors that are Magenta Madness. That's another retiring color. I use Balmy Blue here. But there's lots of coordinating colors in this suite. All right, what I'm going to do is, now your trimmer may have a little way to score on it, but I took my score blade off of my trimmer, so I'm going to use what's called the Simply Scored tool. This is a great item to have. I'm looking for the ones that are 6.75. Here we go. These are the ones. It's a great item to have in if you're getting like a starter kit and you're joining. This is a great item to have in your craft stash. Okay, these are the 6.75 ones. So I'm going to put them both there and do them both at once. Let me put my pen down. Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm doing this part. I'm scoring the bottom part. I'm showing you the cardstock part. So we're going to score at 3, right? And 3 3/4. Hope this is making sense so far. I'll do the little wraps later, and the other designer series paper later. But what I want to do is just do the punching first. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to go, look. So you have 3 3/4 because we made it 3.75. What you're left with then, hope this makes sense. We're going to look at that. You're left with 3 inches. 3 inches, right? Remember, it was 6 3/4. 3 inches, 3 inches, 3/4 of an inch. All right, there we go. So now I'm just going to go and say hi while I'm doing some punching. So hello, we said hi to Janet and Cheryl, hello, and Carol from Connecticut, and Gloria, Anne from Pennsylvania, Denise, Kathy S., who's definitely going to be crafting along with me, Terry P., and Craft with Barbara from Delaware. Awesome. We're going to open up the punch. We're going to open it up like that with the little snap, right? Now, it's good to put it down. And sometimes you want to use your silicone mat if you don't want to push on your table, right? And hello, Yolani from South Africa. So don't try to do this kind of business. Don't ever put 2 pieces of cardstock in here at once. Open it up like this and punch. Okay? Punch 1 piece at a time. We can punch a piece of designer series paper and cardstock at the same time. That would be fine. But go ahead and open it up and punch like that. Okay? 1 piece of cardstock at a time. Palm down. The only time I turn it like this is if I'm trying to line up something. Okay, you got to get rid of your little bits every once in a while because you'll have this big pile of little bits under there. All right, I had to show you that because it's so awesome. So we're kind of halfway done that project. Now for this one, we want to cut our designer series paper now, and then we can punch them out at once. A piece of designer series paper is okay to punch out at once. Just don't try to put 2 pieces of cardstock in there. Okay, now if you've done it, you're like, oh, I've done that and nothing happened. Yeah, good luck. Nothing happened now. But trust me, I had to give it to my husband and he had to use his tools to unjam mine before. We be jamming. Score at. I'm just writing where you score. This is still the tag treats. 3 3 3/4 inch. All right, and then punch and punch. Okay, so we're going to punch both. All right, so now let's find my cute little bag of scraps and see what I can do with this. I hope I have enough scraps to deal with here. All righty. I'm just looking for what I have in my bucket of crafty goodness. Oh, that's not going to be long enough. Where did all my paper go? Now, I always put extra things in my kit, so we can actually do, we could even do some of the pattern. You all got pattern party. That was this pattern party would work for making extra bookmarks and things. But I think I got a bunch of paper under here. I think we're good. Here we go. Because I was like, oh, don't tell me I ran out of paper already. I know I didn't run out of paper, like run out, but I mean, as far as like I'm tethered to this camera here with my microphone, I didn't want to have to run off and get paper. Okay, so here we go. We have some pretty abstract beauty paper here, which is all foiled. Let's see. Ooh, that side, no, not so much. This side is cool. All right. This side is really great with the just jade. This is too plain, but this side is good. Okay, let's see. We already have a piece of that, so let's put that over there. We've already done that one. I'm trying to look for the more colorful. Here. Oh, that would be nice. Colorful ones to use. Okay, so there we go. There's our pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to use these because they're too not enough color for me. So we already know that this was 5.5 inches, right? So we're gonna take in this one, make it slightly smaller because we're gonna have this like sort of 1/4 inch border. So instead of for example, instead of 2 inches wide, right? We're going to make it like 1.75. So we're going to say DSP is going to be a 1/4 inch smaller here. So we're going to go 5 1/4, right? And see what I mean? This is 5.5. So we're going 5 1/4. And then this is 2 inches. So we're going 1 3/4. And sometimes you might hear me say 0.75. That's because I use the ScanNCut all the time. And in the ScanNCut, you have to talk in decimals. All right, so let's take these little papers, and we can cut 2 at once. You can even cut 3 at once, but let's just go ahead and cut 2 at once. We're gonna say 5 1/4, and then you'll have some extra little scraps we can use for our little decorations and such. by 1.75 or 1 3/4. I'm not sure if I'm making more bookmarks with these, so I'm going to save these little pieces. Five and a quarter. I like to repeat myself. I'm a teacher. 5 1/4. We'll use that. And 1 3/4. All right. Now we're gonna do the little punching with these as like with the cardstock, and then you'll see because it'll kind of help. These are my little tricks. Tips and tricks abound in my workshops here. So what I like to do, just to keep me straight, so we're going to be punching this together, but I like to take, so here's what it's going to be looking like, right? So you're going to be mounting it, but don't mount it yet because you don't want to gunk up your, when I say gunk up, I mean, you don't want to get this little adhesive. I'm using Seal Plus adhesive. You don't want to get this inside your punch. So this is the bottom of the bookmark, not the top. I'm punching the top. So you see how I just put a little bit of adhesive down there, right? That's a placeholder. I'm not putting adhesive up here because I don't want to ever put adhesive and gunk it up. Good luck ever getting adhesive out of the metal parts. I'm just showing you what I'm doing here. So now I'm going to punch. Okay? So I'm punching them together. You get that nice margin, right? It's punched perfectly together. I got a perfect margin. Everything's straight. Notice how many times I've done this? Can you tell why I do that? See, and then I put a little bit of extra adhesive. And now the layers are mounted. This stuff's really strong too. If you want to use liquid glue, fine. Same concept. Put liquid glue down there. It's the same concept. You're just not putting glue where you're putting the metal. All right. So just watch me sort of do this a few more times. In real time here. I like to make a bunch of things at once while I'm crafting. That's why it's fun when you craft along with me. I like how this paper has one side that's beautifully foiled. This is Blushing Bride. That's that other color. Blushing Bride is not my favorite pink. It's kind of a depressing pink, but boy is it popular. And it really works well with this. It coordinates well. It's not a happy pink. Magenta Madness is a happy pink, but it's retiring. We'll still have polished pink. I had a big blob of glue under there. We're going to still have polished pink, which is a happy pink. We're going to still have Flirty Flamingo. All right. So we got that side. We're going to do our punching. And the punch. All right. Done with the fancy tag topper punch for this tutorial. And now we can do some embellishing and stamping and all kinds of fun stuff and adhering. So we've already adhered that one. Let's adhere. Adhere these. Well, maybe we're not done. Maybe we can use this little scrap. Let's see if we can't. Ooh, that would be good. I can actually make extras with all these little scraps of paper. All right, and we do need some of those for wraps. We need some more of these papers for wraps. Huh. I'm just looking for the more colorful ones. Guess that'll make a cute little wrap one. Huh. I guess I will use these. I'm going to end up, this one's going to just be such a nice wrap. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking these little pieces now. We're going to do the wraps for the wrap around for the tag treat. Okay, I guess I'm not done with the trimmer. So we're going to go 3/4 inches. So remember, these were 6 inches. This was the only paper we have at Stampin' Up! That's already 6 inches by 4 inches. It's all the rest are like 4 by 6 or 12, or the rest are 12 inches by 12. So either 6 by 6 or 12 by 12. But this one paper, this particular paper here, happens to be the only paper that's 4 by 6. All right, so we're going to do, for the tag treats, I'm going to write band, or this is the wrap. I'm just going to call it a wrap. That's a wrap. Okay, 6 inches times 3/4 inches. Okay, now we're going to just put these here and score them. I'm going to have those sides because they're nice with the bling. I'm going to lay these here. I'm going to score them at 2. Let's make sure you can see that. Okay, 2. The reason I want to show you these numbers is because this hopefully will make sense when you look at it next to this. We need this to wrap around. This is 2 inches wide, right? So 2, right? Then 3 more quarters, because that's how much you got to wrap it there. Then 2 more. Then 3 more quarters. 3/4 of an inch, I mean. Not 3 more quarters, 3/4 of an inch. And then you have a little bit to do the gluing. So I'm going to do 2. I'll write it down for you, don't worry. 2, 2 3/4. Then 4 3/4. And then 5 1/2. Okay, let me just take that away so I write this down for you. I don't know what you do. What are you doing here? Go away. All right, so we have the little band. We're going to say score at 2 inches, right? 2 3/4. And then we have to do 2 more inches over, so 4 3/4. And then 5 1/2. That last ½ inch is going to be helping us to glue. All right, so we're just doing this little thing. See? It'll make sense as I adhere it onto the little tag treat. Then you make a little bit of glue there. Lay it down flat like that to kind of push. If you want to make it, you can lay it down flat to help you line it up a little better. You don't have to lay it down flat, but you basically need that little square to look like that. Or a rectangle. Not a square, it's a rectangle. I'm going to do one here. Okay, so there's our little bands, and then they're not going to stay on by themselves unless you put a little bit of adhesive right here and here. Not on the bottom part, but right here and here. Little, like that, little row of adhesive. And I'm using Seal Plus, great stuff. Seal Plus. Very strong, very great for making boxes and things. And then push that down. Push. Once you push it down, you're going to get your fingers in there like this. And just kind of seal it up. Now, I call that the back because there's that little seam of the paper, and I call that the back, so I would decorate the front. It doesn't really matter. These are just little details that make things look better. Get this little bit of adhesive off. Otherwise, I got, oops, stuff sticking to it. There we go. I think I made that go up a little higher. All right, there we go. Make sure you don't get adhesive on the bottom or it'll stick to your table. Push it down. So now you can see, well, it's a lot easier just to make your tag treats and your bookmarks all at the same time because we're following the same process, really. We're doing this punching, and we had 2-inch pieces of paper, and look how many we got out of this is one piece of cardstock. So we have all of this, and I think I have 2 scraps. I think I had 2 little pieces like this. Yeah, here we go. Oops, sorry, I moved the camera. All right, look what we had. We had 1 piece of cardstock, 8.5 by 11. We were able to get 2 tag treats. I will add some ribbons later after we do some embellishment. 4 bookmarks, 2 tag treats. And we can make 2 smaller tags if you want. And we have this scrap as well. Pretty cool, right? Out of 1 piece of cardstock. All right, now I like to do some ephemera and things. I like to do some stamping and ephemera. So, we've done a lot of die cutting in here, but I think I just may have run out of little of little embellishments. Let's see what I have here. I mean, this calls for a celebration, can be one of them. So we'll do that one there. But I think I ran out of the little round things that I really love to stamp. Oh, here they are. Here they are. These, we can use these. Awesome. When I say round things, I'm talking about the dies. These dies, I did cut out a bunch with my bucket of crafty goodness. So let's use the ones I've already cut out. And if we mess up, we'll die cut some more. There's no sense, like, the reason I spend so much time ahead of time cutting and die cutting all these things is to have so much stuff for when I do my projects. I don't stop, take out my entire die cutting machine every time, right? Because I just keep buckets handy. I keep little pieces of little die cut pieces handy. I keep this. There's a bag. Okay, I keep this ephemera handy. This is the ephemera that's part of the Abstract Beauty collection. And then I just kind of go as I need it. So, but we'll do some stamping. We just don't need to do these right now because this little die is how, let me get this closer. See this little ridge? That's how I got this. Using this die. And you could stamp onto a lot of these different ones. So I do need that little mat for when you're stamping. So let's take, and you can also, as you can see for this bookmark, I just stamped right onto one of the scrap pieces of paper. But I think I'm going to use these because I have them, right? Let's use these instead. And I have this little one here, came from one of my other sets. We're just going to write Hello Beautiful on them because Hello Beautiful, you can never go wrong with that, right? Never go wrong with that. Let's see. We'll use Magenta Madness. You just want to use coordinating colors. You can use black as well. Use whatever you have, but try to use coordinating colors. And we'll get a little stamping block and we'll mount the Hello Beautiful on there. And I already have like this one. This calls for celebration. So one of them I can make into sort of a birthday tag. Or actually, I'll make one of these into the birthday. This calls for, it doesn't have to be birthday. I'll put one of these on this one. Okay, so it's a little wonky, so let's do this. What you want to do is lay it here so it stays straight. And then push down on it with your stamping block. Because if you try to put it on the stamping block, you tend to sort of curve it a little. That's what I do. So I always like to stamp onto my mat, make sure I get a good image before I stamp onto my little pieces of die cut pieces. And I always die cut first and then stamp because good luck trying to center them and everything. Oh, that looks so nice. Yeah, sometimes when you center them for die cutting, it's... Yeah, okay, that one's probably not dark enough. This one's going to need a black one. That one will need black. Let's see if I can't put that over here with it on the white part. I don't know. It might not come out. I might need to do a little... Yep, I need to probably put black on that one. If I can get that black, even if I can get it to foil it off. That just might have to be a background one. Grab the black ink. One moment. Okay, let me attach my microphone again. I had to run and get the black ink. All right. Quick way to clean your stamp, I just rub it on my hand. All right. Let's do. Oh yeah, way better. Way better. If you're going to do something, you always want to have contrast so you can read it really easily. See, what much easier to read. Much better. All right. Let's see. Hello, Yvonne. All right. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. I don't like the 4x6 size. I'm just going to keep it real. I like the 6x6 because I like to make all my little 3D things. And then I'm always like, oh no, I can't make a little diaper fold with this paper at all. And you know how many diaper folds I like to make because I didn't have 6 inches. I had to use other paper. Oh, that came out nice. And I'm going to go back to this one and see if I can't do a little black over the top of the other, maybe like a shadow effect. it might not stamp on the foil. No, it's a cool shadow effect. This is a little trick for you. But the problem is you can't stamp onto the foil. The foil's too shiny to stamp onto. So the shadow effect worked on the blank part, but it just doesn't work on. You're just using your photopolymer stamps too. Oh, that's a nice shadow. I like that one. We'll use that one. All right, we're good. We got enough. I mean, there's enough to. Oh, well, we do need another because we have 2 tag treats. I missed your face. But I don't need to die cut, hopefully, because I think I have enough. I think I have enough little, see, these little pieces are more like accents because you can't really stamp onto them. I have another, this calls for celebration. Here we go. Here's one. And here's one. Oh, it's always good to have extras. So I did use the Beautiful Shapes dies for these again, but not, oops, it's rubbing. Oh no, come on. It rubbed off. Oh, that's too bad. It got stuck. Sometimes it's good to take your pick tool and get it. If you can't tap it off with your fingernail, then you need to get under there with your take the pick tool to drop it off. All right, that's good enough. I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, enough for the projects we're making. Because I already have one here too that I made earlier. A thank you one. That's what I usually do for the tag treats is the thank you. But the Hello Beautiful we're going to do for the bookmarks. So now if we want to, I'm just going to show you a little tip and trick, you know, because we're having fun crafting. So let's do what I would do. So you take your little stamping block, right? And you get some ink. I'm getting some balmy blue because it's a light color. Talk about dried out stamping. Stamping pad here. Anyway, you put some on your, let's see if I got any. Oh yeah, wow, it's not dried out, it's already on there. And I just blobbed it on there. So you blob it off on there, and then you're gonna ink up the edge of your sentiments. And this one I'm gonna have to ink up a lot more because I blobbed it. It didn't look like it was coming off, and it was. And what I'm just doing is inking around the edges. This is especially good when you have the white or a light color. We'll ink around this one too to show you. I didn't mean for the whole blob to get on there. That calls for an embellishment to cover up that one section. So we will put an embellishment right there where I put that blob of ink. But that's the idea. It looks pretty cool, right? When you kind of put the little ink around the edges. It brings out those die cutting pieces. Like you could see like the lines much better. And when you just do a little inking around the edges, you can see those lines better. So I'm just going to ink around these. Oh yeah, that's much better. I'm making this really pale, what's it called? Blushing bride come to life with some balmy blue ink on it because otherwise it's really kind of dull. So colors are, you know, they're supposed to make us like happy. So make sure you get colors of when you get your project of things that you like so that you can, you know, it'll keep you going. The reason I'm able to keep going with this suite and make so many things with it is because there's a lot of happy colors in it, like Just Jade and Magenta Madness. And the reason I chose Tea Boutique as my next workshop series after the Waves of Inspiration is because there's happy colors and it can keep me going for long periods of time. I'll just be like having so much fun. So now we're going to take those little scraps, like maybe this little piece and those little pieces I had earlier, which were right here. Just going to move this. We have all the stuff we need now. We think we've done all the inking. I'm going to move all these little things so we don't get ink on anything. Because I'm showing you those projects later. So we had all those little square scraps. Sorry, not straps. And I just want to kind of put those across. They were right here. And we'll just get more if they've already disappeared. We can use little things like this too. These are little pieces of ephemera. And what I'm looking for are those little pieces that we had that were like maybe like this. And so these are going to make little great pieces for across. We're going to make them 1.75 inches, and then we can put them across your bookmark. I know I could cut a bunch of them at once. Here they are. Here they all are. So you can take these. You can make them 2 inches across if you want, across your bookmark. But see how I did it here? I just did it so that they would be 1.75 inches across the middle. That way I still have that nice border around the edge. So that's just easy. We could have done that while we were here earlier with the trimmer, but these are just extra little tips and tricks. I'm going to see if I'm going to just do 2 at once, not 4 at once. It'll get wonky. So 1.75 inches. And you can use both sides of these, which is nice. Okay, let's make sure I did it right. Okay, good, good, good. Before I do too many of these, get down in the weeds here. See, even they're getting wonky, even with just 2 of them. They're not lining up. So maybe if you have trouble with your trimmer, you just get. Now finally, that's the only time I'm going to throw out a scrap of paper, when it gets to be that small. Because you see how I use up almost every scrap. It's only when they're really tiny that I'm like, okay, finally I can throw them away. It's ridiculous, really, because I'm a paper hoarder. But then sometimes what I do is, like, when I'm doing my mystery things, sometimes when I finally give away the last scraps of my retired paper in my mystery thing, sometimes I put all the little scraps in there. I'm like, have at it. Here's your little crafty goodness, because I can't deal with all the extra little pieces and scraps. It's hard to part with all my retired things, but I have to do it to make room. If not, I would literally not be able to walk in my house if I didn't, Okay, contrast is the name of the game here. So you want contrast. So you're going to have to, like, make things contrast so that, they're like that. That's a good contrast. Nope, nope, nope. Here, that's a good contrast. Okay. This one needs something. I mean, it's like, they're so pale. I'm seeing if I can't put a little blue on there just for contrast. See, there was a lot of balmy blue on my brush after all. All right, now they don't all need to have these little pieces on them, but if I'm just put a couple little pieces on each one, maybe. Like, not on that. That one has enough going on it. We'll just do a couple little pieces on that just to show you. We'll do 3. We'll do 3 on this one. We'll do 2 on this one, and then we won't do any on that one. And just to kind of show you that anything goes, and you have different options for your decorating. I do it different every time. When you are going to use 3, I always do the top and the bottom, and then I center the middle one. And it's probably better with glue, because glue is more forgiving, and you can. So I'm trying to get, like, for this one, the same amount of space, on the top than the bottom, and then you just go, okay, last piece, center. Right? Nice. I like it. And I didn't know how I was going to do it before we started. I didn't know what paper I was using, but it doesn't matter. Because when you're a crafter, you just make it up as you go along. And as long as you have these beautiful coordinating products, you can't go wrong with it. That one didn't quite get to be 1.75. Get over there. It's hard to slide it if you use Seal Plus. So this one will have 2. All right. This one is good. That one is already good. And yeah, I'm going to just I'm not going to go for, that would have been cute, but I think I'm going to go for some more like that kind of effect. I think that'll be cuter. So you don't always need the pieces. You can just use the ephemera. I can't get enough of this stuff. I love this ephemera pack. I'm going to definitely be stocking up on this in June before it retires, and we can only hope that it'll be on sale. Put that down there. All right, let's see what else we got. Now at this point, I'm just getting some fun stuff to put on here. These need a little cutting. Not cutting, but you know what I mean. There's these little nibs on them when you take them out of the ephemera pack. And I like to get those off. So at this stage, I'm going to just start using dimensionals for some things that I put on these projects. Let's see, this will go. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to put in this one over here because this one has so much beautiful foiling. I don't want to cover all that beautiful foiling. So, I mean, I'm going to cover it, but not as much. Like this is watercolor, so I'm going to put this one on this bookmark down there. We'll put the heart. Okay, and we'll put something here. This beautiful flower. So that way I'm not covering up all this. Okay, nice. And a couple of leaves. So you just see how you could just do it all at once. Okay. I'm just doing a little bit of... I hardly use the glue, but I'd rather use dimensionals. Leaf, okay. Let's see. We'll do those last. See where you can go. We got to start doing something over here. We'll put that one over here like that. For some cool color contrast, that'll be nice. Find this. I'm liking that. Maybe we'll see what... Oh, I would think maybe I would use the thank you. There we go. Good color contrast. All right, good. Now we need dimensionals. We'll do our ribbon last. I'm going to use some just jade ribbon that I have that's may or may not be retired. But you, in your kits, you have crushed curry ribbon, I think. I know you have, some of you got Magenta Madness. You all got some white ribbon or something. So there's lots of ribbon to use in your kits, but that coordinates. But I'm just going to be using some of my ribbon that's retiring soon. I think I'm going to do this calls for a celebration on this one. And I do like that little banner effect. That's kind of cute. But this time I'm going to put the banner below, maybe like that. Maybe I'll do that. This calls for celebration at the angle. So more like, I'm just trying to cover up that little dot because that's for like a Brad or something. There, something like that. Okay, so we're doing good. Moving along. We still got to put these somewhere, so we have to know where we're going to put these when we still, put our embellishments. We sort of, I'll put a flower there. Okay, hello, beautiful. We need some contrast. That one didn't work, but it can still be good for contrast. I mean, we could still use it, but we'll just use the other side of it. Okay, that color will be nice on there. And the ephemera pack has lots of different, lots of flowers to use as well. I'm trying not to cover up all my little cute dots there. All right, let's see. I had an I miss your face somewhere. I think that might be cute on here. Hello, beautiful. I miss your face. That would be cute, right? That was from the ephemera pack, one of my leftover pieces. Wow, that's not sticking. Why aren't you sticking? Because probably didn't push down enough. And it happens to be 2 inches across, which is nice. It fits. All right, are Stampin' Up! Products available in South Africa? Unfortunately not. I know I get asked a lot about different countries. We are available in the U.S., where I'm a U.S. demonstrator, so I'm only allowed to sell in the U.S. because that's my market. We have Canada, so only Canadians can sell in the Canada market. Then there's Australia and New Zealand. I'm not sure how that works down there. Maybe they can sell to each other, or maybe they have separate markets. But there's Australia and New Zealand. And then in Europe, I know Stampin' with Ian. He's my co-host on the Paper Chef ScanNCut user group, and I know he's in the UK, and I'm pretty sure he's able to sell in Europe. But you can ask him or something. You can ask someone in Europe. But there's like France. We have something in France and the Netherlands. There's a lot of places in Europe, and I think they can go amongst the different countries, like Belgium and Germany, and I mean there's a bunch of European Stampin' Up! Market. But anyway, so we don't have it in South Africa. Don't know why. Don't know if they ever plan to. Ooh, that's going to be cute over there. I'm just trying to contrast, as you can tell. That might be cute up there. I need a little, okay, I'll use that little banner. See, I'm just making it up as I go along. This is a little cute little banner. Has little stripes on it. Anyway, that was a long answer. No, we don't have it in South Africa, sorry. And hello, Mary from Wyoming. I think I just need one on here because this is so light. Hey, I might have an extra Hello Beautiful at the end, and I can put 2 Hello Beautifuls on that one. Or, no, you know what I could do? I could do these little arrows. Because I need something down there. These little arrows are really nice. Sometimes you can just get a nail file and get these little thingies off the bottom. And I'm gonna pop those up with my, so when you want a little row of dimensionals, you can pop stuff up with, just cut your dimensionals off. And then you have these extra little rows. But we also make these little adhesives. Oh, that's cute. Okay, I like these little extra pieces. All right, we got this little, I like this little banner, so we're going to use that again on this one, I think. We'll use a little banner. Pop that up. See, what I'm trying not to do is I'm trying not to cover all those beautiful dots right there. Those gold dots. So nice. Okay, we have an extra Hello Beautiful. We can save that. I was going to put an extra Hello Beautiful there. Hello Beautiful, Hello Beautiful. But I'm going to save it because I can always use it, as you can imagine. And I'm going to keep letting you see the one I created as my sample earlier as well. That's the Just Jade gingham ribbon, which I don't think I have anymore, but I have a different Just Jade ribbon I'm going to use that I grabbed out. It's right here, just so you know. And it's kind of like, I don't know what happened to it, but the bottom fell out, but it's called Just Jade. So that's what I grabbed out to use because I have so much of it. Well, not so much. So much for the fact that it's a retiring color. Like, we'll probably use it up right now, the rest of it in these projects. But when it's a retiring color, I mean, I'm not getting rid of the color itself. I actually stocked up on cardstock recently. But I'm thinking, like, it's a retiring color, like, whereas I'm probably not going to use the ribbon a lot because, you know, if I demonstrate a lot, then everyone gets mad. Oh, you showed me how to use it and I can't get it, right? And they get mad at me. It's not my fault. That Stampin' Up keeps retiring all their products in like no time. But I mean, we have to retire our products like if we don't retire products, we can't make room for new ones. I'm just adding some more ephemera. Because we are a sales company, right? We have to always come up with new products and make things fresh and new, because otherwise nobody gets excited. You have to be excited about new things if you only have the same things. Let's put this one over on one of these. Where'd the other little guy go? Here, we'll use this. I'm putting one up here. Okay. That one's done. I think I got 3 things. And I'm doing my little adhesive back hexagons still. But I'm just doing like at least one little bling on each one before I do my adhesive back hexagons. And for these, I like to put the glue dots behind the hearts. Looks like I already tried to do that earlier. We'll pull that old one off, because the glue dots hide behind the hearts. I have my cute little hedgehog glue dots somewhere that my friend Kathy made for me. I'll bring it out when I do the catalog walkthrough. Okay, let's see if we can put this right here. This calls for a celebration. I need room for that ribbon to go through. So where can we put this guy? Here. I'm going to put it up there because I don't want to block where that's to get my ribbon through. This little leaf, extra leaf. So I'm going to start putting adhesive back hexagon. There's an extra leaf for that one. Let's put 2 leaves on the flowers. So these are the ones that coordinate with this product suite. And so, I just like to take 3 and put them on, like I like to do everything in odd numbers. So, oops, sorry, keep knocking into things. All right, we're going to put a big one here because it's a big old plain area. So we're going to take a big old just jade one. And then I just do a medium, blushing bride, and then a small black one. Okay, so you see how I'm just doing 3, and then it just like odd numbers, and I'm just going to keep doing that so you can see how I do it. So this one needs, which color? I'm going to put something right there, maybe on that dot. See if I can't get a big old black one. We're going to put right there. So we're going to put that right in the middle of that dot and cover it up. Okay. There. That'll look cute. And then a small just jade, because we got a lot of just jade going on. So we'll put the small just jade, and then a medium blushing bride. I'm just speaking out loud so I can do everything. Now, next one, black down there. Blushing bride, small, just jade, medium. So embellishments, we spend a lot of time, a great deal of time, like Stampin' Up does. I think it needs something down there because I bent the paper. Coordinating our embellishments with our different suite of products, which is really nice. I have so many of these little hexagons and things. I'm just trying to put something down there because I bent my paper. I may have to move this little guy over there. I'm going to put something right there. That's a little bit too much gold. Let's see. A little bit. Oh, that'll be cute. Cute as can be. See that? That's how you cover up your, when you bend the paper and you want to fix mistakes. You just use cute embellishments and cover up things. I'm going to put that right down there in the corner. And it's even sticking out a little, which is okay. Things should stick out a little. It's kind of fun. See how it sticks out a little? That sticks out a little. Fun. I'm having so much fun. Who's making these with me? I hope if you are making them, you share them the challenge inside the VIP group. All right, we need some hexagons over here. We'll do a large one, and then a small one right there, and a medium size up there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that little flowers, we can put this little flower on one of these, maybe. Maybe that'll go right there. Oh, yeah. But of course it needs a leaf. Gotta have a leaf if you're gonna have a flower. And then I'm just gonna do hexagons and I'm done. And then I have to, let me just pop this out so I can get rid of this piece. This is my ephemera packs, like they're all over the place. All these little pieces. I'm gonna put that right under there. Oh yeah. All right, this calls for celebration, and then I'm gonna put the little hexagons. I gotta put hexagons on that one. So I'm gonna put one down there in that part. And then I'll do a medium. And then a blushing bride small. See how that just came together? Like that extra thing and those extra things really made the difference. Now it really looks like a celebration, right? Instead of just kind of boring, right? It looks like a celebration. We'll do a big hexagon down there. And a medium black one here. And then just jade, we'll do a small one, but you have to put it on something for contrast. So let's put it right up on there for contrast. All right, and that's kind of fun. And now what I do for measuring the ribbons is I just sort of take like a stamp set, anything nearby, but I usually use a stamp set. And I just go, oh, how much ribbon? And I go like this. I just kind of do it at an angle. So let's see how big that was, because you guys are going to want to know. And this is kind of hard to cut. And so what I'm going to do is cut like both pieces together at the end, because it's kind of harder to cut. So let's see what size that was. It was 6, 7, about 8 inches of ribbon. Okay. Now I'm going to tuck it and fold it like this. Right? Okay. Like fold it across like that. Hi, Nola. How you doing? Yep, Nola, I've been on for an hour and I made 4 bookmarks, 2 tag treats, and then I'm going to go over the final winner and who all the prizes for the final winner of who got everything in my series. I'm going to show everything I made. There you go. See how it's easier to cut 2 pieces at once? I think it is. So cut the 8 inches, and then what you're going to do, and you can even cut it smaller, but it's just easier, I think, to cut them both at once. It's a really wonky bookmark here, but let's try cutting them at once with the 2 pieces. There we go. That's a little better. So that's the Just Jade ribbon. Yay! And I'm just seeing what else is in my ribbon pile that I could show you. So we don't have to do all those right now. Like this one, you can never go wrong with Pool Party, because even though we don't have Pool Party in this suite, it goes with anything. It's the Pool Party sheer ribbon. Love that for bookmarks. See what else we can use. We can use these little pieces of gingham, but they're not very big, but well, you can use these for the tag treats. You know, so these can still be 8 inches. You can do one 8 inches and one that's not. But I don't have like a lot of this gingham left. I need to get some more. It's called black and white gingham ribbon. And then you can also tie a piece of twine then. So for this one, since I have a short piece of ribbon, I might tie a little bow and twine around the tag treat. So you do that. Get it to flip in there so you can, yep. So the knot is nice. Pull it up tight and then cut your little angle. 2 pieces at once are easier to cut. Okay, so that's cute. And then what else do we have in here? Magenta Madness. and just jade together. So let's do that. This is that same ribbon from the, I think this came out last year is what this ribbon. This ribbon came out when it was time to do, like when the colors were first released, or 2 years ago. Sorry, not last year. I've had it for a couple years. And then I don't know if it retired the next year. I know it's the colors are retiring. So like I like to take these two sometimes and put them together. Two colors that go together like this. Fold them. And then put them through together. That's always nice. Again, depends on if you're putting it on a gift or actually using it as a bookmark. If you are using it as a bookmark, you might want to do more than 8 inches of ribbon. Oh, that came out nice. And of course, I would trim them together. Well, that one doesn't really even need trimming. This side needs trimming. But I'm going to trim the other side anyway, just to make it more even. Even Steven. Put this. All right, so it looks good with 2 pieces. That's fun. And what else do we have in the bucket of crafty goodness? That's Misty Moonlight. No, none of my other colors are going to match. You don't want to use something like this. This is like too wide. But I do have some Night of Navy twine I grabbed from one of my paper pumpkin kits. So I just want to show, like, Night of Navy is one of the coordinating colors in this suite as well. So what I sometimes do is just tie my little bows and the ribbon. So that kind of is fun too. They both go really well together. Come on. All right. So then I just take that and make the little bow a little smaller, chop off a piece, and then this goes cute with, I mean, that's cute by itself. You don't even need a big ribbon, but that's cute if you do that and the ribbon. So like together, combination. Doesn't matter for the tag treat or the bookmark, but what I'm saying is I like to do this together. Let's just chop. It's kind of easier to cut first and then tie. Now one of the things we have coming out in the new catalog is a pack, and I showed you in the unboxing. It's in color twine. It's a 5-pack. Lots of twine. I probably have it within arm's reach. So I definitely stocked up on that because I like to put twine on everything. And I like for accents, and also because I like when it coordinates too. Not just to use twine for all my little boxes I tie shut, but that it coordinates makes me happy. And the twine, the in color twine is all going to coordinate, and I'm including it in the kits for the Tea Boutique suite. I can't tie knots worth a darn. Okay, there we go. See, so it looks cute with the bow and the ribbon together. That's fun. We have all these cool projects we did, and I'm going to put bows on those later. Not sure which color ribbons I'll use yet, but I hope you got the idea of how to do all these fun projects. Now let me just grab out that twine as I'm talking about it here, and then I'm going to now go over what I want to do for a conclusion is show you everything we made in this suite and tell you who won. So here is the 5-pack of twine that's coming out in the new catalog. It's called 2022 to 2024 in color Baker's twine. These colors that are retiring were the 2020 to 2022 colors, like Magenta Madness, Cinnamon Cider, Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, and all. But now we have all these really fun new colors coming out, like Sweet Sorbet, and oh, love them. And I love twine. All right, so we have, this is part 7 of the series, and I'm going to show you now what we created in this whole series in conclusion, and then tell you who won the projects. Okay? So in part 1 of the Hello Beautiful Workshop series, we created these cards and we used the Pattern Party Designer Series paper in the background. Lots of this ephemera, stamped Hello Beautiful. Okay, that was loads and loads of fun. Then in part 2, we created these really neat cards using something from the Abstract Beauty collection called the Abstract Beauty Cards and Envelopes. So these cards and envelopes are created for you and you just decorate them. So we did a lot of decorating live on YouTube and it was so fun. So these are fun cards. So we made 2 more of these, but I had 2 made already. This is that ephemera, just stamp right onto it. These are you can see how the use of the die cut shapes throughout this whole series. I love using die cut shapes. I love embellishing things. Super, super fun. Then moving on, I asked you to vote. So you said you wanted to make the mask box. So I showed you start to finish how to use Balmy Blue and Magenta Madness. And we made a box for a mask. And this mask has hexagons on it. And I thought it would go really well with this suite because of the hexagons. And I also gave one that had cherry blossoms to my friend Sandra as a gift. And she already saw it, so I'm not spoiling anything. And then after that, you voted on doing shaker cards. So after the mask box, we did the shaker card project. And here's some shaker cards we made with some sequins for everything, which recently they were on the last chance list, so I hope they're still available. We used the window sheet, which we do in my series. We always make a shaker card or a shaker box usually in each part of the series with some sequins and things. So those are fun. Okay, then we did some watercoloring after that. And we did the watercoloring projects we did. And well, actually, these were stamping projects. We did note cards. I forget which one came in your kit, but you had either a note card in your kit or a Memories and More cards and envelopes. This is an actual basic white note card size from Stampin' Up. And these 2 are called the Memories and More card pack and envelopes. And that you get small ones and then you get big 4x6 cards. So in that workshop in that video, we did watercoloring and we watercolored this box, this mini paper pumpkin box. Okay, so these are the projects we did were this box, watercolor with the watercolor aqua painters, and then we did this card. And then as a follow-up, I said, okay, we're going to finish those cards in the next video. So then the next video came along and we finished the watercolor cards. So we did watercoloring on the back of the box. This is a background watercolor. We call that a watercolor wash when you use watercolor pencils to color in the background. This one we used watercolor paper. We colored in shapes. Then in between videos, I die cut them. And then I showed you how to emboss the watercolored shapes. So we did these cards. And in that same video, that last part, that was part 6, we also went ahead and made some new cards. And so here are the cards we made in part 6. I call these ephemera cards because they're just, oh, there's another watercolor card from before. I call these ephemera because there's just so much ephemera on them. And they're like little framed cards and they're just so much fun. So that's what we made in part 6 are these cards. Hello Beautiful cards. And then in part 7, you know what we just made? We just made the bookmarks and tag treats. So who wins all 10, 11, whatever projects that we made? Okay, we have, well, actually, there's 2 winners. One's going to win the 3D projects, including the a box full of candy and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know if she's here right now, but Sandra S. And to enter my drawings, you needed to get one of the kits to create along with me. Of course, I always put things freely on YouTube, so you don't need a kit to create along with me. So she won all samples, and so that means one of each, like all 10, or I'm going to say 10 plus, maybe more than 10 samples. Like she's definitely getting this box with the mask. She's getting one of the mini paper pumpkin boxes. And then the second winner in my drawing, and I did the drawing in my VIP group right before this video, is Mary Nell B. Okay, and she won a box of cards. So she's going to get a box of cards that we made in the series. So like one of these kind of cards, for example, will be in her box of cards. The acetate boxes are just retired, and I don't think you can even get them anymore. But what I do to package up cards, I'm going to show you a few more examples, and then we're going to wrap up. So like what I do to package up the cards is I put them in these clear medium envelopes by Stampin' Up. That's how I protect them. These are A2 cards. So this is another one I made in my Skillshare course. I did a Skillshare card making course as well. So I have this as the same style, but I just did several versions of it. Thank you cards. And then other cards that I may include in Mary's prize is like this is a DSP panel card. And this is another card I made with some Hello Beautiful products, which is like this little piece was retired, but I love using embossing folders with all these shapes. There's so much more you can do with the Hello Beautiful suite. You don't have to think about using it just with the Abstract Beauty collection. You can use it with other collections and just use the Hello Beautiful stamp. I mean, who isn't going to be inspired by the Hello Beautiful sentiment in general? So use it with whatever products you want. And then I just had another little example of a bookmark I made earlier using some retired paper. So what you learned today can be applied, this bookmark project, to pretty much anything as well. So I hope you enjoyed this series, the Hello Beautiful Workshop series. The series we've already started is called Waves of Inspiration. And in the part 1 of Waves of Inspiration, we created these 2 projects together, a bookmark and a panel card. So the kits are already, the registration for the kits is closed out, but what I will do is when I do my Designer Series paper share, or my registration for Tea Boutique, then I might open up the last few kits I have and let people buy the last few kits. But pretty much the registration's closed because I always do the registration before I start the workshop. But I want to show you that the Tea Boutique, which I have not opened the registration for yet, we're going to be making, these are just some Tea Boutique nuggets I made. But we will be making in that series, you will be making a nail file box in that series. I'm not sure what else we're making in the series yet. I haven't made the projects yet for it. But this is the Tea Boutique paper that you're going to be getting 12 sheets of and this is coming out May 3rd. And we're going to just do so much with it. You're going to get some of that twine. I know for sure you'll get some of the twine and some glimmer or shimmer paper, in color shimmer paper. I think I'm going to include the Hues of Happiness. The one I just did on YouTube, Hues of Happiness. I'm thinking for sure you guys need the Hues of Happiness paper inside the Tea Boutique Workshop series, but I don't know. I'm thinking I'm including it because look how cute these little patterns are. And we could do cute little things with tea and these floral patterns. So this is called Hues of Happiness. And I'm thinking of including some of that paper in that series. But if you missed all these videos I'm referring to, where I showed you how to make the nuggets. I recently showed on YouTube how to make in-color nuggets. I've showed in my ScanNCut courses how to make these boxes with your ScanNCut, the nail file boxes. I just recently showed how to use your ScanNCut to create these, cut out these flowers. If you missed these things, just definitely check these out on my YouTube channel because all this stuff is available to you. So you'll be able to, and there's my crafty goodness. That's the stuff I've cut out. Little sneak peek over there are the ones that I'm going to be showing in my Ink It Up series very soon. All right, that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Congratulations, Sandra and Mary. Thank you all for watching and hope you enjoyed this series.